Hi, this is Mike Parati for Lackawanna College. This is the Intersession World History, and I'm welcoming you to the class. First of all, let me explain briefly the purpose of the class. The class is really the study of world history in the 20th century. So we'll cover events like the rise of World War I and World War II, and we'll talk about the Cold War as much as we can. First, let me say that in the Intersession class, it is a 2-week class that I am putting a whole semester's worth of work into it. So you need to be patient. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but if there's any problems or any questions whatsoever, please give me an email as soon as possible. The class does not have a lot of time for makeup work. Obviously, I've got to have my grades in 2.5 weeks, so there's not a lot of time. Also, I wanted to point out the textbook, which is Turbulent Passage by Ada Stearns and Schwartz. It is available at the bookstore and Amazon. I think at Amazon it can be a little bit cheaper. If you have a problem getting this book, the assignments from the class start from this book today. So if you have a problem with this book or do not have this yet, I am allowing you till Friday to get all the makeup work from this week. After Friday, there's not much I can do. Again, we're challenged in terms of time. So all the message board, anything like that, can be made up this week until Friday if you have problems getting this book. The next thing I wanted to mention, again, very, very briefly, is how the class will take place. Between Monday and Friday, this and next week, you will be assigned a chapter in Turbulent Passage. On the portal will be a site. You click on the left-hand side coursework. You will see the chapter, I call them review quiz or review quiz questions. You click on it, download a form from the portal. You then type up your answers in as good a detail as you possibly can and email those answers to me by midnight of that night. And that'll happen every day. The next thing I need you to do is every day go on the portal site on the left-hand side where it says collaboration is a place called forums, and every day I'll post a forum question. Some are related to the reading, some are related to questions outside of the reading, those kind of things. And feel free to use that site also for any questions that you have. So this class will be graded on a few things. 1, the review chapter questions. 2, the message board collaborations. 3, there will be a test this week and next week, and of course your final exam. Please go to the syllabus and read it in detail. I wanted to briefly spend a few seconds talking about chapter 1 of this book. Very critical because it analyzes a lot of ideas that are going to be important in the 20th century. Most notably the differences between communism, socialism, liberal, and conservative. Again, please take your opinions of these ideas from modern politics out of the way, and you'll see they're a little bit different than most people can assume. So this chapter is about 2 things. 1, all of those political ideas I just talked about. And secondly, the rise of what we consider to be the modern world. You have the beginnings of things that we would notice in regular society. Factories, industry, infrastructure, roads, those kind of things. And all that modernization, weaponry for example, is going to have a direct impact on the 20th century, which, let's be honest with you, is a world century of war. You have both world wars, you have the Cold War, you have a war between Russia and Japan, which you'll talk about in chapter 2. So part of that warfare role is going to be as a result of industrialization. And the final thing I want to mention is now that you have all these factories, you have to have food, if you will, to feed those factories. Where are they going to get those? The third world. Africa, South America, Latin America are places where they found cheap labor, cheap resources, and could utilize them to feed the factories, which is going to be another factor in our course. That's a brief explanation. Please report to the message board when you can tonight. Download the chapter questions. If you have any problems whatsoever, please email me as soon as possible. Have a great day, have a great semester, and enjoy the cold weather outside.